Culinary Class Wars Season 2 episodes 11 and 12. One more episode until the Season 2 finale, which is episode 13. Things get crazy, things get dire, and the chefs will do anything they can to make it to the finals. We see from those 7 chefs, only 2 will survive and make it to the finals. This time around, it's a really interesting and different thing. Like I stated, we thought that Season 2 was going to be the same as Season 1. Absolutely not. The first semifinal round is all about speed, consistency, access, creativity, and endurance. And the reason I say that is because whoever finishes first automatically punches their ticket into the final. The theme? Endless cooking paradise. Yes, you thought I was going to say endless cooking hell. No. It's endless cooking paradise. And they fully commit to the paradise theme. The chefs walk into what is basically a foodtopia, a aspect of everything you could want in a pantry, stacked with everything imaginable: meats, vegetables, fruits, seafood, seasonings, around 500 ingredients in total. Probably the most ever ingredients I've seen in a reality cooking competition show. The rules are simple but brutal. It's like this: use anything you want, cook as many dishes as you want, and you've got 180 minutes to do so. Judges score each dish the moment it's finished, so if a chef finishes their dish, they can go right to the tasting, they get their score, they move on. If they're number 1, they keep number 1. If another chef comes in, they give their food to the judges, they get a score, they go above that other chef that was just in there, they're number 1. It's really interesting. And the rankings can flip at any moment and any second. When time runs out, whoever is on top wins and moves on. Watching the scores constantly shift is insanely fun, nerve-wracking, and especially seeing the level of food and consistency and just the aspect of what each chef is doing. Some chefs make 4 to 5 dishes. Some chefs, 2. Another chef, 1. It's absolutely incredible to see how these chefs work. With that said, I didn't fully agree on who was number 1 at the end of this round. And I will say, in my opinion, my favorite to win this all should have been at the top, should have stayed at the top. But, things change. But hey, let's see what's going on and what's going to happen. So we have our first finalist in Season 2. Then we move into Round 2 of the semifinals to decide who joins the finalists. Now, the tone completely changes when the final challenge is revealed. Endless cooking hell. Yes, it's back. Here I thought it was not going to come back, but no, it is. This time the chefs are given one main ingredient and must create a brand new dish every 30 minutes. After each round of judging, one chef is eliminated. You miss the deadline, you're out. You're eliminated. If you remember, Season 1, basically, the endless cooking hell was tofu. What could it be in Season 2? Well, they crank it up a little bit, and it's a little bit of a kind of a sweet treat, little interesting thing, but the ingredient is carrots. Simple, but absolute chaos and effectiveness. These 2 episodes are intense, in your face, and if you just sit there and watch through the hour and a half that each episode is, it's a fun show. The idea, the intricacy that goes into these chefs making these dishes, kind of thinking of what's going on, like when they saw this 500 ingredient pantry, you can be overwhelmed. You have that overwhelming feeling because you have so many ideas of what to do, what to cook, what you can make, how to present it to judges, how to move on to a competition, and how to win a competition. So with that, we get down, everyone is eliminated, and then we're down to 2 people. And who is going to face the finalist? We have to find out in the Season 2 finale, episode 13 of Culinary Class Wars, and that's this week's episodes 11 and 12. Very intense, very fun. I will say, and I've always said it, even in my previous reviews of movies or television series, especially now with cooking show competitions, Korean reality shows, movies, and TV shows know how to drive drama. They want you to come back for more. They know when to edit the ending. They know when to cut it off. And it's like, damn it, I have to wait for the next episode. Okay, but then when there's no new episode until next week, it's like, oh, or they end it and you have to wait for another season. Who knows how long it could be? I like how this is done. I like how the trajectory is with the release schedules. It's really, really fun. I can only imagine how, like, if they released all episodes simultaneously at one time. I mean, binge watching a close to 12 to 13 hour cooking show. Whew, crazy, crazy, crazy. This season, I feel like, is getting more recognition than season 1. I mean, you have a lot of familiar faces who are from season 1 into season 2 as either cameos or judges, But then the aspect is, if this gets word of mouth, gets going really, really well, a lot of people see it, a lot of people view it, will there be a season 3? And how will that go? Give me Culinary Class Wars International. That would be really, really fun to see. Or have season 1 and 2 losers come into season 3. I mean, the ideas are out there for how long you can do a show like this, but it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out and who the 2 finalists are and who will win season 2 of Culinary Class Wars. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about episodes 11 and 12 of Culinary Class Wars. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Who do you think will win in season 2? Did your choice move on or did they not? Did they get eliminated? And if this show picks up in popularity, which I'm sure it is and will, do you think we'll get a season 3? And how do you see the next season going, if there is a season 3 of Culinary Class Wars? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my Season 2, Episode 13 review of Culinary Class Wars, the finale.